Well, what do we have here? Another one. Here, live at the Guardcast IRL. This is going to be episode number 95. 5 more. We will be officially at episode 100. So, that would mean next week, next Thursday, next Friday, most likely next Friday, I will be at 100 episodes in for this channel now. And of course, tonight is basically TWAB night. And here I am. Obviously, this is what you're really here for, is my gorgeousness. So anyways, if you are new here, this is your first time seeing this, because this could be, any video could be someone's first time, any stream can be somebody's first time. So go ahead and pop that cherry and go ahead and hit that like button, hit that sub button, come back and enjoy your time here, and yeah, all that good stuff. So I'm gonna give it just a moment before we just kind of hop right on in. This is a stream, baby. We don't have to rush. We don't have to rush all that much, baby. All right. So the first thing that we're going to really be kind of speaking on is the TWAB, which the TWABs have been kind of more on the light side, and it seems like all the updates that we get like on Wednesdays here as of late, they've been pretty hefty on all the new information that we're going to be seeing. So, but first, let me just check over my, I wanted to try something else out tonight. Basically created an event where people would actually come here and see how that works. Because normally I have like a stream link for my channel specifically, and that's usually where I post all the stuff. But you know what? I might just go ahead and do that anyways. Let's see. Number 95, baby. Oh. 95. Paste. Okay. Just in case. Let that post up there. Plus, I think it would be not only would it be a good spot for, like, not so that I figure I could probably work this out like in 2 separate ways, right? So where I could post an event to bring people here to let them know, and if they're interested they can join up. And then I would also post a link with whatever number the episode is and put that in my stream links, and then if people decide they want to go back to see that specific one while they're in the Discord, they could just click on that one and it'll actually bring you right to this. So it's kind of, because the event is going to be like, okay, and the event's done, it's done and over with. So Hopefully I'm not echoey. Actually, let me give it just a shot and see. So I'm going to mute myself real quick, and we're going to see if I'm hearing any kind of an echo. Okay, so give me just a second. We are good. This is what happens when you solo this shit. You know, you gotta do everything, man. You gotta do it all, which is cool. That's how I like it. I like to be able to have full control. All right. Probably tonight is gonna be more of a slow night anyways. There's really not much to really kind of talk about, you know, and it's becoming to the end of the last few weeks before Lightfall, you know, so it's like everybody's just kind of ready for Lightfall to be here. And you know, so I figured we need to fill up the all the backlog on my channel so I can have something to represent at least a little bit. I think, well, I mean, I'm already well over 100 videos. I also need to really lean into the whole shorts, because I did post a very simple, very small short, and I think that thing blew up to like 400 views pretty quickly, at least within like the first 24 hours, and it actually didn't do too bad. But it was just something that I kind of threw together. It wasn't nothing specific, or, you know, I thought it was kind of ironic, you know, and it also kind of posted it on TikTok as well. So I do have a TikTok, by the way, but I haven't really been posting a whole lot of content on there. It's more like I just kind of use it when I need to. So that's the thing. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and swap over to this. But let me make sure, just in case. Okay, cool. Because apparently last night I had an L during the stream because I had an echo, and I guess it's actually being picked up by my camera. So like the entire fucking stream I was just echoing like so bad, and it wasn't until like the end of the stream it started, like once I got rid of that extra pickup, then it finally kind of worked its way out. So okay, let me here we go. So this is basically the TWAB. We'll just kind of scroll through it a little bit. See, it's really not much. So let's see, do they usually have like talking points? So they discuss about in the last week's blog post, they kind of go over a recap of our most recent Lightfall exotic preview, a deeper look into upcoming weapon changes, a heads up on the 24-hour maintenance downtime window that kicks off on February 27th, 2023 at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, a message from Black at Bungie, and more. So, and you can actually go and check that out. So they actually, you could hit that link, and I believe that will take you to everything. Okay, so after reading this TWAB, of course, be rude to leave now. Come on. Here's a brief overview on what we're diving into this week. We're catching up on the latest strand details, diving into performance issues tied to latency, particularly in Crucible, getting creeped out with the latest creepy crawly festival of the lost voting, and figuring out where we're going next in Trials of Osiris. Looking at the latest in Prime Gaming loot and to snag, taking a closer look at the VFX integration of Strand and how that relates to Destiny. I like how they snuck that in. And previewing a few other snippets we think you should know. So at the very beginning, it talks about support of Syria and Turkey. They experienced an earthquake, and they kind of give all the details of what they're committed to, how much money they're looking to raise, and they also have this pretty badass emblem. Looks really awesome. This is what you would get if you donated, $25 or more to the cause, which I think it's awesome that Bungie does that. That they put in incentives, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's an emblem, but it's also going to a great cause. It's like, for some of you may remember the whole Australia fires. Bungie, put in for that as well, and you got a t-shirt out of it, and I got one, and I love that shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts, and I wear it all the time. So, but yeah, so definitely take a look at this. They give a link that you can go to, and you could try to donate. I would like to. I'm not sure how long is this going for. This shows about the 7.8 magnitude earthquake, and it doesn't say. It's a call to action. Okay, so they don't really have like a date. Our community during the game to give 2022 has pledged to the 50,000. Okay. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure how long they're going to be running that, but I'm sure they're going to try to run it as long as possible. So, then the next thing every day is Fly Day with Strand. So they give the video that they put out, and then this next part they're talking about like the latency issues. They're actually trying to make it, with especially in PvP, they're actually are making changes, especially when it comes to Lightfall. They got some other changes that they're going to be implementing so that it can help reduce a lot of the issues, especially if you're seeing it more prevalently. It was something over to do with let's see, someone with the SDR service that was not configured properly and severely impacted network quality between players during peak hours. The problematic offline. Okay. Yeah, so they're going to make they got to fix, so they're going to fix that. So if you're seeing that quite a bit here as of late, they're going to have that fixed up for you. The next subclass with Great Strand comes With great strand power comes great fashionability. So they're actually showing like finishers. Here's one. So it's still, so strand, they're going to make it where strand is still synergizing like the rest of our subclasses, you know, with the color, you know, all the big awesome stuff. So this is basically what it looked like. It's gonna be green, and then these are the for like summer solstice armor pieces that glow, that have all the glows. This is what they're going to be able to interact with the strand, which is freaking awesome. Let's see. And it shows all of the different ornaments, ghost projections. Let's see. All of these. It also shows, for those of you prefer function over fashion, weird but all right. Good news. The following armor and weapon perks will also be compatible with strand when applicable come Lightfall. Elemental, capacitor, osmosis, explosive payload, dragonfly, cluster bombs, chain reaction, yada yada yada. All of those are going to be able to synergize and work as intended with strand. So awesome. Let's see. Does this update resonate with you? Some early warning for folks looking to prepare for weapon crafting in Lightfall. As part of an initiative to integrate weapon crafting into the border core economy, we will be completely removing resonant elements from the game. Standard currencies such as glimmer, enhancement cores, etc. will replace the elemental costs that exist today. So when it comes to crafting, it's going to cost you glimmer and enhancement cores. We'll also be removing the deep sight attunement. I'm sorry, my reading skills are horrible. Attunements, objective together. Resonant and harmonic alloys will still be used at launch. However, we are planning to overhaul these currencies later in the Lightfall year. Ascended alloys will remain as is for now. Much of this information is hot off the press, so apologies for the late warning. So that must have been like a last minute thing. If you have Amazon Prime, and you should, if you like, you could link up your Bungie account to basically with the Prime Gaming, and this is what you'll get, which is, let's see if I can, is it going to let me zoom in on these? No, it's not what I wanted. And of course it takes me all the way at the freaking top. Okay, so yeah, this is what it's gonna look like. You're gonna have two different sunshot ornaments, and then a sparrow, and then a ghost projection. When you link your account together, and you can actually claim those items. And then they talk about the armor pieces, that is gonna, the concepts of the armor pieces for the next Festival of the Lost. And this year they actually did it for by class, so like hunter mains can pick which one they preferred, the beetle or the spider, and then you know, amongst with like titans and warlocks and all that good stuff. So hunters had a 56% of the vote for Team Spider, Titans also said they were Team Spider with the whopping 72% of the votes, and Warlocks broke the mold together with Team Beetle taking 53% of the votes. So Hunters and Titans are Spider, and Warlocks are going with the Beetle, which I think the Spider look definitely does look. I like the look better than the Beetle, but that's my opinion. Let's see. Destiny Content Vault update. Let's see. Has been updated with the they have a link here, but it has been updated with information on what activities, vendors, and destinations will enter the DCV with the launch of Lightfall. Expansion content will no longer be added to the DCV. Players can expect all seasons 16 through 19 content to enter the DCV, excluding the season 16 PSYOP battlegrounds and the season 19 heist battlegrounds, which will instead be added to the Vanguard Ops playlist beginning of the of season 20. So yeah, you're gonna have that. So basically just the PSYOPs or the battlegrounds that we've had in 16 and 17, those are sticking around. So, or 16 and 19, sorry. But which kind of makes sense, you know, it's first season, but they still kind of retain like some fragment of those seasons, and then they put it in the Vanguard so we have more strikes that we can run, which I think is really awesome. Now, one of the things, let's see, with the launch of Lightfall, what's up, Lazy? With the launch of Lightfall on February 28th of 2023, Destiny 2 will transition from year 5 to year 6. At this time, certain items will become depreciated and no longer available to use. For a list of items going away at the start of year 6, please click here. Might need to go check that out. What are these items? Oh. Okay. So the Intel Risen Armor. Oh, okay. Inside. So not the Spear, Nightmare Harvester. Okay. So a lot of the things, extra frame model. Yeah, Seraph key codes. All the things that were basically that associates with each of the seasons. Okay, so which is kind of expected. I mean, can't really expect those items to stick around. Let's see. Let's see. They got a whole section of known issues. Not exactly a fan of going over like known issues. There's a lot better people that can do that than I can. So, and like I said, this is a very, very small TWAB. So, and that's a wrap on another TWAB. Lightfall will be here before we know it, and we know that many of you still have more questions. Don't worry, we've got a few more things to share before February 28th. But until then, make sure you're drinking that water, keeping up with that self-care, and always leading with your kindest foot forward. Until next time, friends, I should go hippie. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, it's a short TWAB. They got just kind of little tidbits. Like I said, they gave us a lot of information yesterday. I actually did a stream of that last night, even though that I echoed the entire fucking stream. And it wasn't until at the end of the stream finally someone said something, and I was just like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. But hey, you know, sometimes you just gotta take an L every once in a while. So, but I also figure we could kind of take a moment seeing what it seems like, you know, what are people talking, which a lot of them are taking praise. And now I do know that when it comes to the DCV vaulting certain items, I kind of wish like yeah, I really kind of strung myself out trying to play that damn operations Seraph Shield, you know, on Legend solo, just so I could get the catalyst, and that was rough. But especially the last time when I went in and I got all the way to the final boss, and I was at that last part, and I had to step away for a moment, and then then I come back and I got booted to orbit because I was like just standing around for too long, and it doesn't have checkpoints. So if you get booted, you literally have to go through the entire fucking thing again. And I was just like, no, oh my god. Yeah, it was rough, but you know, I just sucked it up and just did it. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do this one more time, and I'm never stepping in here again, just to get the catalyst for that damn pulse rifle. Which I've been kind of messing around with it. It's all right, I guess. I'm not really much on pulse rifles. I'm kind of more into like bows, hand cannons, especially in PvP. But yeah, I mean, it would be kind of nice if they could keep those type of things. Like, hell, I mean, you could even make it as make them as strikes. I mean, they would be really nice strikes, sorta. Or you could put it in the Legends tab. You know, maybe they could try doing that one day. I don't know, but also they're probably trying to save as much room as possible. That's the reason why the DCV is even a thing. They're just not going to be content, like they're not going to vault DLC content, which is awesome. So that stuff's still going to be around. You know, we're going to have Witch Queen and all that. So, but so yeah, this is seems like most people are, you know, pretty enthusiastic with the Lightfall. And like I said earlier at the beginning of the stream, the content of discussion about Lightfall is starting to kind of come to a head, just for the fact that it's right around the corner and everybody's just kind of chilling and they're just kind of waiting. You know, we just take the little tidbits that we can and the information that we get, and we just kind of roll with it. So so disappointed in the Warlock community. Really, Beetle? We already had Beetle armor. Somebody's not helping. Yeah, so if you're a Warlock main, you got the Beetle armor for the next Festival of the Lost when that event comes. Still no update on changing weapon level progression. I wonder if they even planned on even mentioning that. To be honest, I'm not even sure. I was not expecting PsyOps to be added to the Vanguard playlist as well as this season's Battlegrounds. This is very welcomed. Hell yeah, it is. Yeah, it is actually very, very welcomed. They actually would make pretty decent strikes, and I wouldn't mind playing them. And it kind of gives, like, you know, like right now, maybe the PsyOps will kind of be nostalgic, but you know, later down the line, you know, every once in a while you go into that strike and you haven't played it in a long time, and it'd be like, oh man, I remember this. Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. I wonder if it would be available for people to do, like, it could be selective, like, you know, where you can run it the same way as like a lot of the other strikes. You could actually force select the certain one, you know, like Lake of Shadows, the shortest strike there is. Thank God that latency issue has been fixed. I have avoided playing PvP since the first week of Iron Banner because of it. It felt unplayable. Hope to see more improvements and better connections in the future as well, which I think we're going to see even better, because they're talking about making changes when it comes to the when Lightfall drops. So can you clarify when resonant element and deep sight objective changes will happen? The article isn't clear if this change if this is a change coming with Lightfall's release mid season 20 or at some point during year 6. It does say sometime in year 6, you know, the year of Lightfall basically. So at some point this year, that's going to be a thing. But they didn't specify, like, is it going to be this season or the next season or anything. They just kind of gave, like, sometime this year it will be implemented. Nope, sorry, tired of the same shit in different season. Okay, cool. Later. So no more resonant element and no more deep sight attunement. How do we complete weapon patterns? It did say that you're going to be using enhancement cores and glimmer. Read, people. I'm a piss poor reader, and I know that. Remember a roughly year ago or two, we 12 players in a raid or nightfall, we can get 12 player activities. You know, that would actually be kind of cool, because I've seen people doing that. Like, they go into like a nightfall and there's like 12 of them, 12 people. Oh, that was so cool looking. I never got to participate in that, but that did look really cool. Let's see. Yeah, this was just about this Festival of the Lost stuff. Warlock's getting a spider theme. Subclass decided to pick the beetle armor, and we were meant to be the smart ones. Right? Like, you would think, like, the warlocks are like the spider theme supers, you know, or, you know, subclass, I would have to say, and y'all go beetle for that. It makes no sense. I figure everybody would pick spider, to be honest. Like, as a hunter main, I wasn't feeling the beetle one all that great. It was kind of not really feeling it. But also, we could see changes coming, especially further on down the line. Glorious, I can delete all the red borders in my vault and never again load into Shirochi just to finish deep sight nonsense. Yeah. Well, that's if you're trying to get it done like right away. Hell, you don't even have to do it in Shirochi's. I find that you can actually go to the Grasp of Avarice dungeon, and right there at the beginning, that's where I completed a lot of mine, or got them leveled up to a certain point. So it's actually not too bad if you do it that way. So I've spent a lot of time there. The Festival of the Lost Armor voting is just getting irritating now. Just release both sets of them for all classes. No, don't be a Debbie Downer. How the hell did Team Beetle win for Warlock? I mean, they did say it was like overwhelmingly big on the votes. Well, actually, I would have to say I think it would be more Titans, because it was like 70-something%, but who knows? So it seems like a lot of warlock mains are not too happy that they ended up with the beetle. Yay, Battlegrounds and Vanguard playlist. Boo for heist. I know, I'll dread those. The heist wasn't too bad though. I mean, yeah, like I guess it really depends on how often you're actually doing it. Like if you were just playing it like non-stop, back to back, I mean the grind was there, that's for sure, but the amount of times that you'll end up hitting it most likely, I guess, depends on how often you play strikes. Like really, I don't really play strikes unless if I really need to, if I'm trying to level up, or if I'm just playing with the homies. You know, if I'm just chilling with the homies and we just want to play some strikes, you know, and then we'll do it. All right, so the main problem is still core activities. I mean, at this point we're getting laughed at until the day I die. I will never forgive them for removing 10 maps. It killed the experience for me, and it sucks because Destiny changed my life in a way. Anyway, sorry for my meltdown. Okay. Seemed like moving the exotic missions into legends on the destinations menu would help prevent awesome missions like Seraph Shields and Presage. Create an exotic mission rotator to keep it relevant. Just seems like a real waste. I can actually sympathize with that statement, because the way I see it, you could actually have it where, yeah, they're in rotations and probably be part of one of the pinnacles, you know, pinnacles where you could get the pinnacle, powerful, whatever it is. And I think that would actually be kind of cool. And it's like this week's, I don't even know, it's like, I don't even know how exotic mission, because even the what was a Dead Man's Tale was actually, that wasn't too bad either. It was kind of the Hawkmoon one was pretty good too. But yeah, I don't know how you would go about that, but yeah, I guess putting it in a rotation. But I mean, what would really justify the point? Because I'm assuming that event, like a lot of those weapons, they're going to probably either put them in with Xur, or they're going to end up putting them in the whatever the I know the goddamn name, it's on the tip of my tongue. Kiosk, the kiosk there at the tower. So what happens to weapon pattern, what happens to weapon patterns when resonant element is gone and weapon attunement obsolete? Good question. Maybe it's just like they would still drop, and you would probably still have to level them up, or you have to level them up to extract. You know, probably cost you like maybe some glimmer and some enhancement cores, and then you would be able to do the thing. So speaking of Sunshot, I've done 150 plus Vanguard strikes and some PvP here and there, and I still haven't gotten the Sunshot catalyst to drop, which that thing is nice. That is nice. With destination materials being depreciated this coming year, does that mean we won't be able to convert old materials into glimmer anymore? Good. TWAB was hoping for more nerfs to abilities. Now, Jesus, that's just a troll comment. I'm guarantee it. Stop sunsetting exotic missions, sunset battlegrounds, and unsunset old strikes. Yeah. Karen. I'm just kidding. There is no warlock playing who voted for Beetle Armor. I just don't believe it. And from the general reaction, I don't think I'm wrong. I hate to bust your bubble, but I'm gonna just say this. You know, most of the community is not on Twitter or even doing the things that you're finding yourself doing. So glad to see Beetle win for Warlock. I absolutely despise the spider set. You see, look, literally boom and then boom right after, literally next to each other, like the general reaction. No, it's just you're just mad. All right. Wasn't there supposed to be some more information / updates on the contest mode raid on this TWAB? Now that's probably going to be next week or the week after. So, but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead. Let's swap back over to here. Because I think we're done with all this goody goodness. And I had a feeling that this show was going to be real light. Nobody really cares, you know, it's a very light topic. So, but yeah, you know, I still got to stream in, which is cool. So I'm going to be shutting this down a little bit earlier, and I'm going to be pissed if a bunch of people start showing up all of a sudden at the very fucking end, because sometimes that happens sometimes. God. But tomorrow night I will be streaming on Destiny, but we're just going to be playing hide and seek within the tower. You know, be playing with the boys, so bring your drinks, bring your laughs. I'll have it streaming here on Destiny, and yeah, and hopefully we'll have ourselves a good old time. And anyways, but before I go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know, this first time here, if you haven't already, and if you have, I do appreciate you. And hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow if you decide to come back. Okay, so anyways, that's going to be it for me for the night. I'm sorry for a very short stream, but it's kind of light. It's just light right now. There ain't really much going on right now. I think a lot of the hype and the big talks is going to happen here in a couple weeks when Lightfall drops. And yes, I will be hitting it hard then. We're going to be talking everything that's coming around, all the new stuff, what people are talking about, because you know there's going to be some spiciness coming here and there, you know, especially, you know, when it comes to PvP. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So anyways, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening, and or whatever time it is for you at the moment. So, and until I see you Guardians again, you stay classy.